Okay everyone, welcome back. Well, before we get into the video of this body swap conversion from an Sn95 over to a 1967 Ford Mustang fastback, we're going to put in a little clip of today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Wolfbox and Wolfbox products. Go to www.wolfbox.com and get your products that you see in the video today and several more that they have on their website. This is everything needed to complete this job. Tractor arm here. And disconnect this. This is the harness that's connected to OBD. Push it up into that blue wire, put it onto the white wire, the driver and passenger side, right there where we want it. And we'll run all of our wires up out of the way. So go right now to wolfbox.com and get your set today. Okay, now that that is done, we're gonna go ahead and get into what's been done to this since the last video came out. Now, if this is the first time seeing this video, go ahead, please do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share, of course. If there's anything you wanna ask any questions about, leave that in the comment section. But everything under the hood is what we're gonna be addressing for the start of this video. Now, as you can see, everything's already been painted, that DuPont pepper gray, and it's been clear coated. Now, all this right here is finished, it's dried, and it's time to get all the wiring in place, all the air conditioning unit. Everything is supposed to be under the hood of a 99-04. That's what's going on right now. Before that engine cradle can be set down in here and the steering linkage and everything connected to make sure everything fits correct before adding the engine and putting it in through the bottom. Over here for the AC, we've got the lines over to the heater core, the wiring harness. We got the wiring harness over here where the intake goes. Of course, we're going to be changing the battery box out to a smaller battery box. It's going to be a little bit nicer and a little bit out of the way for the wiring harness. And we have things like throttle cable and the cruise control cable. So now let's just check everything in here out and compare everything in this to the actual Sn95. Now, if you look right here, you'll see it pretty much looks identical to an Sn95, but this right here, the shock tower is going to be further back. It will be located right around here on the Sn95. This right here has been moved forward, and the K-member's been moved forward to accommodate the correct wheelbase. Now, let's check this out compared to an Sn95. And I know we're mangled up a little bit over here, but here's what we're looking at. You'll see the difference is this right here and that down there, that's been moved forward to this point. And this has been moved forward to that point. So everything in here has been moved forward to accommodate the correct wheelbase. So everything in here, the geometry is correct. And since we're looking at this car, you can see the firewall. We'll check it out where everything comes through here. And look at it, how everything is the exact same right here on this unit here. And everything on top, of course, is 67 fastback. Now, going over to this side, you see how everything's been modified. Check this. Now let's see the other one. Okay, and this piece right here, of course, is in the other car because it needed a section. But as you can tell, this right here is over here on the other car, and it's moved back here on the original Sn95 chassis. So that's the differences. Everything is the same except the lower frame section has been moved forward along with that shock tower on both sides. Now the engine and K-member, it's all sitting right out here on the floor. Everything's been taken off, all the wiring, because this engine right here needs to be completely taken apart, disassembled, cleaned up, and painted real nice so that it looks just as good as this car does when it's at a car show. Now everything under here, these are things that are hidden, body modules and whatnot, that are hidden under this inner apron. And as you can see from the last video, all this right here is being Raptor lined and bed liner material. And that's so that this car will be able to be drivable on the street without having to worry about anything under here getting rock chips and having to touch that up. It goes for the other side as well. And we'll go ahead and we'll walk under it and we'll check out the bottom. Up on the lift now, of course, everything painted up there on the underside of the engine bay, and everything right through here is all being undercoated with bed liner undercoating material all the way to where the transmission goes in that tunnel. And this right here, you know, this is a car that you're going to be able to drive. So by painting everything up under here, you're going to have a lot of rocks and debris fly up everywhere, and it's going to ruin the paint job under the car. So this right here is going to be a very nice driver because it's going to have that modern GT 4.62 valve in it. So it's going to be a very reliable and fun car to drive. Now going up under it, everything under here, completely done in bed liner material. Everything all up under here. So it'll be ready for that rear end. Suspension to go back under this car right here. And of course, the K-member and everything. That's got to be painted. So now let's go ahead and check out this car right here. Got everything under here, all the wiring harness, computer, everything, all that. The dash, console, interior, everything from this car right here will bolt direct to that 67 Mustang Fastback right there. It'll all bolt directly into it because this full floor pan all the way up to here, all this was used, every bit of this, even the front section, all this was used on this body swap right there in the back. So now everything under here, of course, there's a few things left, of course, but it's been raised up off the engine. The car was raised up and the engine was dropped down through the bottom. And here's what we have pretty much left. There's still some things got to be taken off, but for the most part, it's pretty much gutted. And there's going to be another future body swap car right there as well. But this floor pan, of course, this right here had to be cut out for the 67 for them rear fold down seats to fit. So that's one thing that had to be changed over on it because it will have everything from the interior, but it's going to have real nice 67 fold down seats. And of course, here is the engine. So pretty much on this is a real nice engine. It's not a high mileage engine, so it's in good condition. The car was low mileage, of course. It just suffered a rollover accident, so that didn't damage anything to do with the engine or transmission. So it's just a matter of cleaning all this up right here, cleaning all the wiring, getting it all painted, looking really pretty, and getting it on the K-member and sitting it up into this car. Now going inside the car, everything in here has been trimmed out in that gunmetal gray color. All the inside to be under the carpet so that it will match. And going up here under the bottom, you'll see that that isolator is installed. And of course the HVAC unit is in place. So everything right here, it's all going to have this. It's going to have the full modern dash, modern interior, heat, air, everything that this car right here is going to have. You're basically going to be sitting in one of these cars right here. But of course, you're going to be in a 67 Ford Mustang Fastback. And this right here, of course, the dash pad is going to have to be replaced, but this will be that interior kit that's going to be going in this car. Now let's go ahead and see a little clip of exactly what this interior kit right here should look like from a previous build. So basically, when opening up the door of that car, it's basically the difference. Same thing as opening up the door of one of these cars and getting in it. And when you pop the hood at a show, you're going to have everything that's under here under the hood of a 67 Ford Mustang Fastback, along with the reliability of that 2-valve 4.6. Now going back here to the scrap heap, this right here is the rear section, the third member of that car. And here's the rear axle. Now, traditionally on these cars, you have this leaf spring right here, front to back, and you have your rear end right here. And of course, this one had a little bit extra coils on it for added weight, but that's the suspension you have on these 67s. On this car, however, we have the mounting points up here for the upper links and the lower links, and we're going to be adding right here for the springs, and we're going to be adding the shocks later on because we had to change everything right here for the inner and outer wheelhouse. So going from that old school rear end to this more modern rear end, of course you have ABS, you have disc brakes in the front, disc brakes in the rear, and you're going to have a lot better ride having that 4-link on the 67 Mustang versus those leaf spring suspension. Now looking at the hood, everything under here is pretty much ready to rock. It's been welded up over here because these cars do use the Shelby hood pins and don't use that latch system. And this right here is pretty much what the bottom of one of those E-hood does look like. They do have these right here. This is the same structure that they use on the Shelby that has the scoops, or you can have the one that doesn't have the scoops. Okay, so that's going to be it for this portion of the video. Still a lot to be done before that engine can go in. A lot of cleaning, a lot of painting, and for this point, that's where we're going to stop at. But if you haven't subscribed, please do so now and hit the notification bell so anytime I do upload a video of this car in the future or any of the other builds, you'll get it right away. Well, I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.